that the word has given me a hallucination that I know what I'm talking about. Because it doesn't bring the relaxation, the openness, the compassion, the love, the all-rightness in the middle of not all right. Because if this be what they say it is, it should bring to all of us all-rightness in the face of absolute not all-rightness. Otherwise, what good is it for? What good is it for if it cannot be instantly accessed? Instantly accessed. And this is where I love Bartholomew's statement, there are no favorites. Because you could say that someone who had spent years and years in meditation has an advantage. Excuse me. And I would say, well, you know, maybe, maybe not. If you have that idea, you might as well just quit. Either that or give up your life and go to a monastery. Do something about it if that's your belief. But here's the reality. You know that's not true. You know, everyone in this room and everyone listening to these CDs knows that's not true. You know it's either instantly available. Remember Bartholomew? If you can't do it in like this and snap my fingers, boom. If it's not that close, you've missed it. You missed it. So what does that mean? I've got to find it, you know, like a swimmer that moves all the debris, you know, those of you who swim, you move the debris and then the ocean gets clearer and clearer and there. Well, no. There's no, you know, every action, whatever it would be, is simply that thing that you're looking for doing this. It's doing its swimming. It's doing its swimming. It's doing its watering. It's doing its swimsuiting. It's doing its air. It's breathing. It's doing it all. It's doing it all. But the idea that it isn't doing it all, that we have to struggle for it, is exactly the thing that throws the water in your face and obliterates what you're looking at, and it becomes difficult to see, and then it becomes a trial, and then now you've got to do something difficult and it's really hard. And there's so many people that want to make it hard, and you can see why someone would want to make it hard if their living was attached to making you look for it. You know, and if you're making your living looking for it, of course it's got to be difficult, otherwise why would people bother? But this is an inside you do it yourself job. In Byron Katie's words, I love this, you are the book that you're waiting to read. You are the book that you're waiting to read. Not, you know, oh my goodness, I have to read my book for 3 years before I get the fact that it's my book. You know, come on. So just the letting go of the belief structure that has kept you hypnotized. So in my own life, what I've done is to write down, actually I have a little book, and I write down in actual words the things that I believe, that I think are keeping the thing from breaking open in its true total oneness continuously. Okay, so what kind of things would they be? Well, you have your own list, but maybe some of them align with mine. Here's one. God is light. God is light. That's one of the ancient old teachings that came up when I first began. God is light. Well, you know, so if I'm not experiencing what I call light, what I'm saying is, well, this is not it. Well, what do I know? I don't know, but that's a belief. So my belief is light has to look somehow. Not like these lights, of course, but like, you know, like the books. Everything bursts into light. So if you don't burst into light, then God's not here. Or not, excuse me, God's not available to me because you haven't burst into light. All right? This is silly. I mean, it's a beautiful concept, right? But it absolutely does not mean no good to hold this belief. All right. Another one. If God is present, then my entire body will be filled with I hear this all the time from my clients, a vibrational frequency that just enlivens me, and I become absolutely filled with bliss and harmony and okay. Well, those of you that do meditate, you know that that's possible. You know you can get there. Of course you can. However, what happens when you get up and answer the telephone? You know, it's gone. It's gone. You find out that your car's been stolen or whatever it could be. Where did all that beauty go? So that is, again, an image of something. So as I looked at it more and more, it was an image in my mind, both in the body and in my mind. Somehow I thought that my thoughts would all turn to only goodness and love and compassion. You know, because His Holiness says that we should, you know, be compassionate. And so if I'm having a non-compassionate thought, which just couldn't happen if I am doing that, then the story would be that God is not present. Why? Because I'm having an uncompassionate thought. Instead of the awareness that the very movement of what I call an uncompassionate thought is the movement of the Tao, of God, of the beloved, of the power that knows the way, of that which activates the whole thing. Call it anything you want. But that very thing is it. There is nothing that is not it. But until there is a willingness to just shut up, Mary Margaret, talking to myself, meaning the thinking mind is going to go on its way. Do I know? And you know, there are lots of people that we've all met who are awake, and you will admit that they all have thinking minds, do you not?